There are hundreds of ways to signing top tier creators, and in this video I'm going to show you the top 10 best ways to get creators in 2026. So stick with me. I'm going to mention that every single one of these 10 points that I'm going to mention works if you do it effective. If you try to do it for 30 minutes a day, yeah, probably none of them will work. But putting in the effort and trying to actually master the strategy is always going to lead to you signing creators. And this video is split between half of these methods probably being the most effective when you just need to sign your first creator, right? It doesn't have to be effective, it just has to work. But the other half is very applicable to bigger agencies who try to sign more creators, better creators in an effective way. So let me get right into it with the first point out of these 10, which is girl-to-girl outreach. Meaning you create yourself or use one of your own creators, if you already have them, accounts on Instagram, right? A lot of followers, posting a story, OF link in the bio. If you don't have a current creator, just create one, right? Just create one. I'm not gonna indulge in personality fraud, just saying there's gonna be ways to do it. And your plan with that is to DM other creators 5 or 6 a day, because the reply rate is going to be insane. And be girly. Don't immediately pitch your services. Hey, I love your camera. Where did you get that from? I want to get the same one. Hey, you've been in Rio. I wanted to go there as well. How was it? Right? Girls talking to girls, yapping, right? Building some rapport, being interested, building some normal conversation, shifting the convo to OF. Hey, I've seen you do it as well. How's it going for you? What do you struggle with? What are your problems? What are your pain points? Wow, crazy. I had the same. Yeah. Keep a conversation for a couple of days. Don't be pushy. Be smooth about it. And at a certain point, say, yeah, crazy. I had the same problem. My agency helped me fix it though in like a day. And since then I have this, and this. It's going way better. If you want, I can put you in touch. They just told me they're happy to help you as well. Maybe you guys can find something together. I'll just show you the number if you want, right? Be smooth about it. Best recruiting method out there, I can say it right now, right? Super high reply rate, but you have to be smooth about it. You have to really get good at it. It doesn't work if every idiot does it. But still, highest reply rate, super high signing rate if you have a correct funnel. Let's go to point number 2, which is SEO, search engine optimization, which is more built for already existing agencies, right? You do have a website and you want to get organic leads through the search requests that Google and all the other search engines get. Now, you should probably hire an SEO agency. They cost you like a couple of grand at best, if not less, and they're going to optimize your website, your funnel. So creators who search for how to start chatting, how should I manage my OF, how to find an agency, all these search requests that creators actually type in that you will find out will lead to your website, because you're probably going to have like 50 to 100 to 200 blog posts made from ChatGPT that link back to your website and get them into your funnel. Same as ChatGPT itself can at some point even recommend your agency if creators ask for, hey, which agency is the best, which is very far away and far stretched, but it's not much work. Optimize your website for SEO and get these organic creator leads that will sign up for a call. It will take some time and you will have to spend money, which for example for the girl-to-girl outreach in the first point wasn't the case. But if you're trying to go on the next level and build your agency more professionally, you'll need a website anyway. And with the SEO or organic reach, you're going to sign creators that you probably wouldn't have had access to. The third point of the 10 is paid advertisements on Instagram, especially meta ads. Now, you are also going to require to spend money, which for some of you may not be possible. But I have a whole video about that on my channel where you can essentially get a UGC creator, aka a female who does it for a living, on Fiverr, on Upwork, read out your script in front of a camera, right? Look hot while she does it, boost it with, let's say, $500 at least per month. This should be your budget at least, and get creators to see your ad, put in the type form, right? Funnel them into a type form with a few key questions, how you can contact them, and then you reach out to them if you like their answers. Paid ads are one of the best ways to scale if your agency is already doing at least good enough, right? You can reinvest a bit of the earnings, because this sets up the most consistent lead flow. It's not going to be the best lead, so you're going to have a lot of black women on fentanyl, depending on what country you choose. If you go into the Scandinavian region, if you go into America or Eastern Europe, wherever you go, you have different leads. But this is the most consistent lead flow that you can build out. And like I said, whole video about that on the channel. Check it out if you want to. The next and fourth point are referral systems for your creators, meaning you already have creators and you want them to recommend you more friends. Problem, you have to build an incentive, because why would they do it? Most of you tell their creators, hey, if you're friends, like, they can also work with us, you know. The creator's like, yeah, I'll ask, and she never asks. So the way you want to fix it is you want to build an actual incentive for her, saying, look, you've been with us for a while and we want to reward you. So just for you, we thought, okay, I'm sure you got a bunch of friends who either ask you about the OnlyFans thing or who maybe hinted they want to start, or they're already doing it themselves, and we want to reward you. So we want to make you to be able more money. So you can just refer us all your friends, right? And for every one of those who starts working with us, we're just gonna pay you like $500, or we're gonna pay you like 20% for the first 3 months. Meaning if she has the same numbers as you make like 5 grand with one phone call, right? Build an incentive, build an actual cool offer around it, and make sure your creator is happy. If your creator hates you, you probably shouldn't be doing this. But if she's like, hey, you guys, I'm so grateful, like you helped me so much. And yeah, I have a bunch of friends, I can hit them up, and then she earns a bunch of money, and you get top tier leads because they're also going to be motivated. They know you're doing a good service, easiest closest ever, and probably much happier, much easier to work with because their friend already works with you. She can teach them as well. One of the best ways to do it if you don't have money but you have at least 1 or 2 creators in the agency. The 5th point is your reputation. Now that's a bit far stretched, but I have to include it because this is where it's gonna go, right? Your reputation when working with creators is the best way to signing new ones, right? You don't even need a referral system for this, but if you build up a reputation of being a good agency that takes care of the creators and makes them a shit ton of money, it's easy to work with, it's very respectable, comfortable, you won't believe how many leads you will get out of this, right? Not even her friends, but also people that she just talks to on an event, other girls that she meets in a bar and says, I work with an agency, you should work with them as well. Like, your reputation is the most valuable thing that you have to protect at all costs. So your reputation is one of the easiest ways to grow at a certain degree once you made it in the agency. But I understand as a beginner, this is not something that you can work on a daily basis, but I had to include it. The 6th point is value outreach, which again, for those people who don't have any money to spend, they don't have any creators to show for, is perfect. You want to not send hundreds of messages a day on Instagram hoping someone will reply. No, you will go quality over quantity and DM 6 to 7 if you want to, 6, 7. If you want to even DM like 20 or 30, if you can handle it, you can still do that. But you're going to pick specific creators, ask them, hey, by the way, I've noticed you have X problem on the profile that leads to this problem occurring. Do you mind if I just send a quick fix over? It takes like 5 minutes. React with a thumbs up if you want to. Thumbs up reaction, cool. Send them a 4 to 5 minute Loom video. If you know how to talk, if you know how to be charismatic, if you know how to bring your point across, and you know how to at least sound knowledgeable, this is going to be the easiest way to sign. Because you're just going to run them through, hey, by the way, here, your reel has this problem, you can fix it like that, and you're going to get like 3 times the views. Or your bio, or your chatting, whatever you find on the profile. And now the creator is in debt to you because A, you helped them, she knows you're an actual person that isn't a nerd, and she knows you know your shit. She knows you're basically competent. And signing them from there is way, way easier. You have a higher reply rate. If you want to get even above that, just tag them in your story once you sent the video. Like, hey, by the way, @creator idiot number 1, just send your free analysis, check out your DMs. Because you see your story notifications way more than your DMs if you have a big account. And with that, you can spam that the whole day if you want. But the better you do these videos, the better you get at talking, you're looking at a way higher signing rate than just sending cold DMs like everyone else. The next point is referral systems for contacts in your network. Now, and here's where you can get super creative and where it's very individual, because I don't know who you may have in your network. Maybe you've been training at a boxing gym for a couple of years and you know the bouncers of the clubs in your city. You can just hit them up, and again, this is just basic sales, how to convince them. Let them know, hey, every chick you referred to me that wants to start OnlyFans, I'll just pay you fucking 30% of her earnings first 3 months. Here, couple of numbers, probably gonna make like a couple of grand just by referring one person, right? Maybe you know a couple of photography studios, videographers that work with beautiful women, that work with models in the normal modeling industry, and you can go up to them with the same offer, kind of understand obviously what do they want to get out of it, how much can they do, but you have a bunch of people in your contacts, and I guarantee you, if you write down the, let's say 50 people that are most likely to refer your creator, and you work out a deal for each and every one of them, at least 5 are gonna give you a creator, okay? This is just basic hustling. It's not super effective. It's not gonna be built for the next 5 years. You wanna sign your first creator, this is how you do it. And this is fun fact, how I signed my first creator. I signed it because I knew like 2 bouncers of my city because I was kickboxing back in the day. I told them this and they referred me like well over like 30, 40 creators in total over the next like months and years. And I signed like 2, but that's 2 creators that I needed to start. And look, after 5 years, I can look back and say, well, yeah, that was probably the best shot possible. So build up referral systems for your entire network. If you're about that money and if you're about starting that shit seriously, there's nothing stopping you. I guarantee you have someone in your contacts. You just have to write it down, come up with an action plan. The next and 8th point that I'm going to mention just pretty quickly are model marketplaces that you're going to find on Telegram all over there. Now, the reason I'm mentioning it is because you can get creators from there, and I know your brain went there immediately when I know this outreaching and recruiting and all that stuff. The problem with model marketplaces is it's a gamble, right? Out of 10 creators that you buy the contracts from there, at least 8 or 9 of them are going to be shit, and you probably shouldn't work with them. You're just going to waste your time. But there's still a 10 to 20% chance you're going to sign an actual decent creator. Now, if you have a couple of grand laying around and you say, bro, I'm just going to buy 5 contracts, one of them is going to work, and you don't care about that money, perfect, a very good way. But be aware, A, you're in legal, at least gray territory. You want to be very, very safe. This is not the way to go. And also, most of them are going to turn out shit. So if it's your last $500 that you're spending, I wouldn't go about that, because you probably will lose that money, but I will include it since I've known people who have had great experiences with that. The next and 9th point of the list is IRL sales. Now, where are creators usually in the world? Creator conventions, yacht parties in Miami, right? Overall events, influencer meetups, whatever it may be. There's a bunch of adult conventions in the Venus in Berlin, in Vegas, in Cyprus. There's a bunch of these conventions where OnlyFans creators hang out and visit. So if you know a thing or two about advertising yourself, selling yourself, and talking to people, you can just go there, Google up all the adult entertainment conferences in your city, near your city, in your country. Even in Poland, there's a fuck ton. And if you search for them, you go up there, you find a cheeky way to pitch your service. Maybe you wear a shirt with a QR code to your agency, right? Maybe you have a creator that you take with you and she's wearing like a cute outfit with a QR code, talking to all the other creators. Oh baby, hi, how you doing? Right? That can be the easiest way to sign creators for your agency that you will never do, because trying to get to a creator with 1 million followers on Instagram, almost impossible. She has hundreds of thousands of DMs. But going up to her in person, you're like, yo, can I have 5 minutes? Right? And then doing the pitch, knowing how to sell yourself. That's one of the easiest ways to get those top tier leads. And you can do that. There's a bunch of these conventions and events in your city. You just don't know about it because they don't usually get advertised. It's kind of like who knows type of thing. But you can find it via Google, ChatGPT, via your contacts, and you're going to find a bunch of creators there. And the last point that I'm going to mention here is personal branding. Now, don't take me as an example, because on this channel, I said the N-word, I've been racist, I've been anti-Semitic, misogynistic, transphobic, and probably a bunch of other stuff, all right? This brand is not here to sign creators, but there's a bunch of them where even if you make 1,000 or 2,000 views per video, per reel, if those 1,000 or 2,000 views are in the right niche and you get 1,000 creators to watch your reel, you're looking at a pretty good chance that some of them are going to get into your funnel. Look at your agency page, look at your type form, look at your ads that you have, maybe even DM your outreach to you. You can work with good CTAs, you can build up a personal brand, just talk about how to start OnlyFans as a creator, how everyone should respect women, how you're 6'5", listen to Lana Del Rey and drink matcha all day, as we all do, am I right guys? But you can build up a brand like that with pretty much low effort, just 10-20 minutes a day recording some videos and it's done. I don't recommend it, but I've known people who sign great creators with it, so I'm gonna mention it here. If you know how to talk in front of a camera, then that's gonna be the spot for you. Just do videos and say, bro, if you wanna start on OnlyFans as a creator, just DM me ebook, I'm gonna send you a 10-step guide, right? Classic. But hey, you maybe get 2 or 3 creators to outreach you, you sign one of them. I'd say the whole thing has been worth. And as you've probably been noticing, that most of these points in the list regard on some form of social skills, being able to talk, sales, marketing. So if you notice the pattern, this is probably what you should be working on regardless of which of these 10 points you pick. But if you follow this list, you're gonna look at new creators and better creators signed in your agency within the next couple of weeks and months. And with that, I hope you have a wonderful day. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.